Here now, Maya Gittleman, who will introduce her own works.
Here in this wonderful CAPA Banquet, I just picked to read something a little more personal. It's, I used to be really into fantasy. I mean, I still am. And I'd always lose myself in books and stuff, and I didn't really realize that I was losing myself until one time a few years ago. And I wrote about it, and I guess I just decided to write about appreciating what we have here instead of just, losing yourself in fantasy all the time. So, this is a prose poem type thing called Damn Alice. 'Twas brillig, and the sly the toads did gyre and gimble in the rain. She was originally a city kid, but then her father told her stories about the Castro they owned in Greece, and then he told her they were going to visit it. He told her to pack light. Only one book could be brought on the trip. She chose the Lewis Carroll one. Her sister just passed down to her. So she grew up in New York, but for what felt like a very long part of her life, she lived in borogoves and stone-washed castles, with white rabbits and street vendors with fingernails hanging from their ears. There were never any clouds, but the raven was supposed to come, she knew, and block out the sun every once in a while. So she once asked her father why there weren't any clouds. He said their island was too little for the clouds to bother. But by the time he finished saying it, she'd forgotten she asked. There were children who played hide and seek in front of the cracked steps. They still thought the house was empty. So they ran away shrieking with the delight of witnessing the tiny figure, with her sunburned lobster of a nose lost in a mass of yellowed pages that they could see through the peeling window. They knew that she was a girl, not too much older than themselves, but only a few minutes later, they convinced themselves that she was a ghost. She let them believe it, mainly because to her, they weren't children but chess pieces come to life, or perhaps talking flowers. She saw the stray black dog, fur-frazzled and starved, but in her mind, she was feeding her souvlaki to the eerie grin of the haughty Cheshire cat. Her father took her swimming, and she could feel the bottom of the ocean floor, even when she could barely see the island anymore. Yet even when it seemed like there was nothing around her, except a blueness too soft to be called sapphire, she didn't look. She was busy reciting the words of Jabberwocky, quietly memorizing nonsense as family friends tried to teach her how to pronounce Calimerasas. A man, her father told her, pointing at their front step, was bayoneted right here 700 years ago, defending this fortress from our American ancestors.